another episode of Let's Get Spooky. I'm Leanna Vamp.
And I'm Ashley.
And on today's episode, we are doing Halloween.
×2.
Part 2. ×2 is better.
Same thing.
It's
a double explosion because we didn't get everything that we needed to out of the first one. And it is spooky
a lot has
season.
happened
in
the last 15 days of the last 15. It's a lot of days. So we are on day 15 of October, which means we are basically halfway through the month.
Yes.
We have done lots of spooky things, which we talked about some of them in our very first Halloween episode, but we are going to talk about more Halloween things, and you said it best. It's kind of like our Halloween party.
It is. This is, as you can see by the decor, not if you're listening via Spotify, but we have a lot of pumpkins, and we have some things that are going to be going down to the right of me very soon.
I'm nervous.
I'm excited.
Creepy Treats has been left in Ashley's hands for this episode.
I'm a chef.
So Chef Ashley is going to concoct the treats for the you're gonna
have to take out your teeth with this one, ho.
Yes, for the end of this episode.
Yes,
so,
but it's a party nonetheless.
We are going to. Well, I had a pumpkin that I was going to carve, and then I decided against that because I would probably stab myself because I can't hold the microphone, carve the pumpkin, and
that's
engage.
fine because I've carved about 9 by now, and it's not even mid-October.
I've only carved one pumpkin so far,
but. Okay, here's the thing. I've been carving them since September, like literally early September. I've been taking the approach this year because last year I went.
I was waiting for you to see it. No one will be able to see it on camera, but we forgot to turn the air conditioner. Well, no, we did not forget. This guy over here, Cameron, forgot to turn the air conditioner off. So rather than walking across the camera, he inchwormed.
He crab crawled.
He inchwormed himself across to turn it off for us.
Cam squared makes the appearance.
He army crawled. You looked like an inchworm because your butt was moving up and down. But so now it sounds better, or you probably couldn't even hear it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You probably couldn't hear it. Probably like heavy breathing.
So where were we?
I was talking about how many fucking pumpkins I've carved and essentially anyone who knows this, which I didn't carve any pumpkins last year, but in LA it's hot. So I would go through the motions of doing all these elaborate designs and I'd put it on my patio and then 2 days later it turns black. There's flies swarming.
It caves in on itself.
So I hope to fuck that my landlord doesn't listen to this because I'm on the second floor, but I was going to carry this pumpkin that was totally rotted and I was going to put it into the trash chute. And I just couldn't lift it, and it was covered in bugs. So
on your outside?
On my patio.
Oh, okay, on the outside.
And so over the patio, there is a plethora of shrubbery, which I feel like I'm contributing to nature.
Yes.
So I decided to catapult it over the side in the wee hours of the morning so that no one would see. And I didn't hurt anyone. I just contributed to the growth of whatever the fuck was left in there.
Hopefully there were seeds and you threw it so hard that they buried themselves and then you're going to grow pumpkins.
But now I've got about 7 more rotting on my patio and I will pay $20 to someone who will come over and
remove them.
Yeah, because they are nasty.
I'll help you.
It's not always ideal to start in September for certain activities.
Well, it's also been like 85 degrees here in LA, so it's not ideal for pumpkin carving. Like if you leave them out, like not stabbed,
I've been fucking up, but I've been doing, for the most part, I've been doing like really low key activities because last year I was going hog wild, and this year I've just been like having people over and like watching movies, and
chilling out.
Yeah,
relax, Halloween.
I don't know. I'm not into humans this year.
It's an anti-human Halloween.
Yeah, it's
except for me.
Yeah, you've been rocking it out with your.
Yeah, we've been Cameron and I and some of our friends have been on the road for basically almost like 3 weeks now with a little tiny like mini break in between. So I wrote it down because I knew I wouldn't remember. So it was South Africa to Indiana to New York to Sleepy Hollow to Orlando to Salem to Connecticut, multiple places in Connecticut, to the Bronx, to Spring City, which is in Pennsylvania, to Philly, also in Pennsylvania. All
and
within
I only
the past,
did
like,
Glendale to Burbank to Santa Monica to Eho,
which in LA traffic is actually an accomplishment.
It's the same distance.
So we did a convention in South Africa, and I was really excited for South Africa, and it was like a dream come true. It was beautiful there, but I was really interested to see whenever we travel to other countries, their Halloween, like how their Halloween is, if they're into Halloween. And what we found out is that it's like not a thing there at all.
We don't go there. Well, we will, but like, what the fuck?
I at the convention, literally, it was the end of September. So like we're full blown Halloween, and I was looking around. I'm like, where's the pumpkins? Where's the like Halloween decor? There was like 2 pumpkins in the concession stand, like on top of they like decorated a little bit, but it's just not like. Here we're so immersed in it, and it's just not a thing there. And it's kind of sad because there's so many people that like look up to us and everything that we have here, and they dream for it, and they want to visit it. And we met some people that actually like travel all the way to Salem so they can experience a proper Halloween because they don't have it. And what we were talking about is like, I can't imagine being a kid and not having Halloween.
At all.
Yeah. Some of my best memories of my entire life are Halloween memories.
Yeah,
and they
same.
like don't get to experience it. And it's a cultural thing. It is still seen as like the devil's holiday, and it's seen as a bad thing. There's a lot of very religious people that look at it as like you're worshiping the devil if you're celebrating Halloween. So it is unfortunate. It's a culture that's starting to become a thing there, but like people are having to fight for it. Like horror movies aren't super big there. And it was really sad for me, but
That blows.
Yeah, I felt really bad, and I just wanted, I wanted people to like just be able to have that what we have, and people. There was like quite a few people that would come up and say like they follow my Instagram to get their fix of Halloween.
Well, that's how I feel like how I was in a small town when I realized what horror was, and like we didn't have that, and so like it's probably at a grander scale because that's at like a country, state of size.
Yeah.
But I do remember when my eyes were open to horror and everything that like California was the place where it was like, this is where everything's happening. And so for me, like in my little town, I was like, oh, but I have these, outlets that I can look at.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. And you realize that, like the world is massive and there's not, not everyone is jiving
experiences what we experience.
What they want to. Yeah. And so it is a privilege for us to be able to like live here and be like,
oh my God,
on our Halloween shit.
Like when I realized there was nothing, because then whenever we go somewhere new, I look up like, is there any haunted locations, whether it's hotels, cemeteries, like anything that is my vibe to experience there. And there really was nothing. Like there was nothing. There was a one haunted ghost tour. It was like a bus tour, and they had it. I was like super pumped. It was the only thing that I found. And then they only had one, and it was on Friday the 13th. And that was it. Like it was one time a year. So that's how deprived they are. And for us, we're so spoiled with it. We have stuff literally all year round. There's something spooky that you can go to, whether it's like Halloween time or not. So I felt really sad, but then I was also kind of excited to be able to share my experiences with people that don't have them, like to share my stories.
The momentum is growing for people to accept that as like a worldwide phenomenon and a tradition. And I think that, for us to be advocates of like saying that it's okay and to go to these things and,
celebrate it as much as you want. And also, so without like the long list of travels, one thing I noticed is that everywhere else has their Halloween store game. Like it's on point. They still have stuff on the shelves. There's still merchandise
not like
everywhere.
Here where everything's blown out the first week of July.
Yeah. The aisles like in Targets here are literally empty.
Yeah. Probably because
Walmart
of me.
is empty. Yeah. Because we bought it all. But we were in, they pronounce it Peabody.
Peabody, Mass.
Peabody, right? Peabody?
Yeah,
I used to
fuck with Peabody.
So that Walmart had so much good stuff. And I was like, I had a pumpkin. I started like putting stuff in my pumpkin, and I'm like, I can't take all this home.
My homies are from Peabody. Shout out.
That Walmart
Not
was
that you
great.
listen.
Well, they
should listen.
They should,
because we're shouting out to your small land and your amazing Walmart. But yeah, like I think that like, there's certain parts of this country and this world that'll always, not live to its fullest Halloween potential. And I think that LA is such a giant, amazing cesspool of people who are obsessed with it, which is great. But it is eye-opening to go to places that you've never been and realize that
like it's not a thing.
It's literally just like a demographic difference.
Yeah. Well, and it's also, I mean, the holidays here for us, like we actually celebrate Halloween Day, and we celebrate the holiday and the history of it.
It's Halloween month, essentially.
Right, yeah. But there's other places that just don't observe that. So for us, I can't understand that. And I think that all I want to do is like take Halloween everywhere I go. And I'm like, if you don't have it, let me throw you a Halloween party. Let's carve pumpkins and eat candy and trick or treating. Can you imagine not being able to go trick or treating?
I don't trick or treat. Well, so I guess, and it is weird now, like now that I think about it, I was talking about it today actually. And I was thinking like, as a kid, like it was so easy to just even like play in your front yard, and like now things are so different where like I would actually not answer the door if anyone knocked on my door on Halloween and been like trick or treat. Like I don't know, because I live in an apartment complex and I don't have a people. Frankly,
you don't have people?
No, I have no people.
No people or no peephole?
No peephole.
Peephole.
There's a difference.
I mean, if I didn't. So wait, you have there, but do people come to the door and knock on your door?
This is my first Halloween.
I don't know how you did this, but you have lipstick on your nose, like on the bridge of your nose. That's impressive.
It's called highlight. It's the devil's highlight. Look it up.
So there's people, but no peephole.
There's no people. So like, I don't know if it's a killer, but frankly, my neighborhood is sketchy. So right now, it's not ideal to
assume that it's a killer.
Yeah, and I would love to have little kids in costumes be like, "Hello, give us candy," because Lord knows I bought a bunch of candy for no reason.
But you wouldn't open the door for them because you don't have a peephole.
I'm gonna catapult it off of my patio.
You have to tell them, "Hey, go downstairs, go out to the patio, hold your bag out."
I already thought of this. I'm gonna sit in my Jack Skellington onesie on my patio.
Oh, that's
and I'm gonna
smart.
play the soundtrack, and I'm just gonna have people flock to me, and
they'll walk down the street and you can throw it at them.
It's the Pumpkin King, and I'm gonna be like, "Hear ye, hear ye," and I'm gonna throw Snickers bars at their fucking faces.
I'll come to your house.
Yeah,
just don't hit me in the face.
Well, that's my goal.
First of all, you should put a peephole in your door because that's not safe.
I can't afford a peephole.
Well, your people.
My screwdriver doesn't go that thick.
Yeah, no peephole, no trick or treating.
We are good.
So, but yeah, that was like my main thing. I'm like, if I was a kid and I couldn't go trick or treating and that just wasn't a thing, I would be so sad. But on the flip side of that, you wouldn't actually know what you're missing out on if you didn't have it.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of the people said is when they were younger is like they didn't realize what they were missing out on because you think like. When they were growing up, say that they're my age. When they were growing up, there wasn't social media.
No.
You saw I guess your perspective came from television because the internet wasn't really a big thing when you were a kid.
Me, Elvira was like, or like Elvira and Morticia were like these icons for me. But I never had people on Instagram that I look up to as like lifestyle figures who like people who dressed the way I wanted to. Like it just wasn't a thing until I moved here and then it became a thing. So it's all about like what you're, I guess, given.
Yeah, and the time frame too, and our access to social media and our access to see everything in the world. So I think now all of those people that don't have Halloween are seeing through our eyes and through our lifestyles and seeing it and then realizing, oh shit, we don't have that. Like that would be really cool. So if nothing else, I think that it's going to start to spread into more places that don't have it and it's going to become more accepted. And that's my hope for all the people like in places like South Africa. When we were in New Zealand last year, there's like kind of a little bit of a Halloween culture, but it's not like it is here. Yeah. So I just want to see it like worldwide. I want everyone to celebrate
Let's spread the creep.
I like that. So what else have you done since
I've been doing low key Halloween things, but then I also went to medieval times for the first time, which isn't a Halloween thing, but it involves costumes. And because this is only my second year in LA, I really enjoyed it because I am easily excited by nothing. So
medieval times is like a full blown production.
Well, the thing is like, one, we were there for a birthday party, so it was like a lit group of humans, but two, like it felt like a feast where like they give you half of a chicken and they like throw a corn thing and they give you soup and they're like, rah, we're fucking men. And like you get to see poorly acted men in suits fly off of their horses.
Because
in Buena Vista.
Yeah. Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
You got an accent there.
Yeah.
We went a couple months ago. So it was the same one because it's the same medieval times.
Yeah.
But the show was like, I mean, some of it was like he hit with the sword is over dramatic.
No, it's over dramatic.
I was very entertained, and the food was like really good.
It was really good.
Your hands,
yeah. No forks were given.
No forks.
Nor forks, nor fucks. Nothing.
It was a giant. Did I get a chicken or a turkey? I don't remember.
I'm not sure what bird it was to this day. I just put it in my mouth,
and it was delicious.
Yeah,
right?
It was
a little greasy.
And because I went for a birthday, they gave us cake. And
we didn't get cake. I don't think we got cake. Or what did?
And they would like announce the birthdays on the actual thing. Like he'd be like, Lord this. And so like
Did they announce your friend's birthday?
Yeah, but they announced it the way that my friend wrote it. It was like Lord Baby Boy Jason.
Oh, no, so like not his real name?
Yeah, it was really great. So that was like, I did all the things last year where it was like, you know, did the hayride and like all that shit. And I feel like this year I'm just kind of catering to my schedule, two like kind of chilling out and just doing like weird shit.
Yeah.
Until the day comes, which to this day, which is in 15 days, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, I have that on our notes of things, so maybe we'll think about it and then we can
like what would our ideal be this year, considering how this year has been going?
My ideal would be, and this is kind of what Cameron and I do every year, is a lot of nothing, but a lot of nothing.
It's on a Thursday.
It is a Thursday.
What can you do?
We are stay home and we hand out candy, and he dresses up and scares kids, which is hilarious. I usually will be like not anything. I'm usually a witch.
Yeah.
Like, cause I can just wear my normal clothes and I put a witch hat on and then I'm in a costume. But I make minimal effort for the costume, maximum effort for, we decorate and we like.
You have like a house situation.
Well, we have like the giant sandworm and we put the lights in the trees and the spider webs and like we spookify the whole house. And we usually do, because we're so busy, we'll try to do it ahead of time, but most of the time we decorate like the day before and like do the full-blown decorations and then we hand out candy. But we low-key like, and then afterwards, once it's like 10 o'clock, there's no kids. We watch horror movies and make snacks and like have popcorn and stuff. Nothing crazy.
And mine last year still was crying in my robot suit. So like,
but you're not going to cry this year.
Well, I don't know. It's on a Thursday. I might cry. Thursdays are subjective to tears.
Well, wasn't it last year on a Wednesday?
I don't know.
It was like a midweek.
It's all a blur. I don't know what I'm doing. I do know that I will not cry.
No crying. Are you going to dress up?
Yeah.
What are you going to be? Do you know?
No.
You mentioned slutty
someone
nurse.
asked me this today too, and I was just like, oh my God. Like I wanted to be a piece of bacon.
Oh, you said bacon. You said nurse. You said, what else did you say?
I can't be a naughty nurse because I'm just not, convincible.
And that's white. That's a lot of white
I'd be like,
clothing.
hey, you want me to put a Band-Aid on your elbow? Ooh.
Maybe.
And then they'd be like, check my blood pressure. And I'd be like, I don't have that tool.
I don't have the blood pressure thingy.
I'm running away. I can't. I don't like blood. Not for my own.
Naughty nurse. Bacon would be funny.
Yeah. And
if we do something together, I'll be eggs.
I wanted to be, so last year because I'm really into Rick and Morty and Pickle Rick was such a thing. I wanted to be Radish Ash. So I constructed this whole idea of this like radish costume. And I was like, I sketched it out. And then my friend looked at it and she's like, you're going to look like a giant hemorrhoid. And so my dreams were shattered. And since then I haven't been super creative with my personas. Your
costumes. Cause then the whole night you're going to have to explain that you like Rick and Morty. I'm not a
butt growth. I am actually a figment of my own reality.
I'm a radish. So. I'm a root. Is a radish a root vegetable?
I'm a root vegetable of your dreams.
And I'm very healthy for you and not a hemorrhoid.
Yeah.
That would be uncomfortable
and
conversation
I can't sit
to
down,
have.
so please entertain me while I stand in misery.
What does your radish costume look like?
Like a giant grape.
Oh,
a radish.
I know. But I was thinking like in my mind when you said radish, like the sliced radishes?
No,
and
this
I don't
is
know
like
why I thought that.
This is like a whole large.
Like a whole bulbous radish. With like the little things on the end.
Yeah, but it would probably, looking back, that would not fit into an Uber.
It seems like a lot of effort and like not a lot of recognition would happen.
So
with the
I
radish.
declined my own thoughts and I put that away. And like if I ever get married, maybe I'll get married as a radish.
Bring out the radish costume. You can commission someone to make you a radish costume.
Yeah, because the reality of those two happening are conjoined in this state of mind.
Marriage and becoming a radish.
Yeah.
You can put like a little sign on the back
percentile
that says what you are, and it explains like the health benefits of a radish. So when people are confused,
makes you poop.
Do radishes make you poop?
No.
Oh, I
they just
make
you sad.
Radishes I like them.
No, I hate them.
Really? Then why do you want to be a radish?
There's so many fucking fruits and veggies that I hate, which is probably why I'm going to die early. I had to cut a passion fruit in half last week and I wanted to vomit. I'm like, who does this to us?
Passion fruit? I don't really care for passion fruit.
Looks like boogers in a coconut. I'm not here for it.
It's slimy though, is it? Is it slimy?
Yeah, it's gross.
I don't really like passion fruit.
Like if I had to write a horror movie and I had to have someone fall into a pit of shit, it would be a pit of passion fruit goobers because it looked like boogers.
It does. It's like slimy.
Yeah, it's not ideal and I don't appreciate it. And I prefer to die young than eat a passion fruit or a radish.
You were giving me so much fuel for creepy treats. Like, you don't even know what you're doing right now, but I have so much fuel.
No. Because there was a fruit. I don't know what it was, but like I remember because it was on my Instagram story last year. And we went food shopping for avocados. Not the time that we got diarrhea, but a year before. And it had all those textures on it, and it was really big. And I don't know what it was, but you freaked out. It was like a large melon. And it had some weird ass.
And it had like the things like on the pumpkins. Yeah. It had like the warts on the it's
piece of
papaya
shit fruit.
Is it a papaya?
Something.
Does the papaya have a weird?
This was like on crack. Papayaoncrack.com.
I don't know, but whatever it was,
I'll
never
feed
got
you that.
it. I don't know.
Didn't.
But I can eat the inside of it. I just don't like the outside of it.
Yeah, well, life's tough. Sometimes you gotta eat the outside.
You're gonna have a papaya radish souffle on next creepy treat.
Bullshit.
What?
Passion fruit.
It's a passion fruit that has the bumps on it?
No.
Oh, I said papaya.
But
I feel like papaya has a weird thing on the inside too. So maybe I'll mix that
Kiwis piss me off too because they're fuzzy. And I'm like, you know what? You didn't go to Laser Away yet. Not like Leanna. Laser Away and Kiwi should have a sponsorship.
It's like the logo.
Yeah.
Do you not like kiwi?
No, because it's fuzzy on the outside.
But you peel the skin off. No?
I don't care for it. I'm a textural person. I don't care for
adding kiwis to the list.
Yeah.
Creepy treats.
I don't like this.
So I'm going to tell you about the things that I did because I did so many things and I was really sad because you weren't there with me.
And I'm the life of the party, as everyone knows.
I know.
Because our trip was great because we did Toronto and like Boston, Salem bullshit. And I am just a mess, but in the best way possible.
You're hilarious. Wait, did we talk about, how would you have lipstick on your nose again? Look at me. It's like, what are you doing? It's like on the bridge of your nose. I don't understand. What?
No, you keep talking for a sec. I'm
okay.
just gonna see.
No, I took it off, but it's like right across right here, and I don't understand. It's like a line.
Sponsor me, makeup removers.
I don't even understand.
Maybe it's because I'm kissing the microphone and then I'm going like,
yeah, but did you do that? You didn't put it on the bridge of your nose.
Well, I might have in a fit of rage.
No, I don't think you did. I think there's a go. So
did we talk about our trip? I feel like maybe we did, but we probably didn't.
I don't think we did.
We talked about it in the moment, but not.
So we can add that.
I just made a lot of fucking jokes, to be honest.
No, but you had an episode in Salem where we were going back to the Airbnb and you had to go. Did you have to drop something off, or did you have to?
Was it when I fell?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the story, guys. So we went to a pizza place, and then
Flying Saucer Pizza.
We're setting the scene here, and then our friendles, Ryan and Matt, were like, "Let's go to this place in New Hampshire," and you were like, "That'd be a great photo op." And I was like, "Well, should I bring my fucking camera?" And y'all were like, "Yeah, bring your fucking camera."
Yeah.
So we raced back in our minivan
to the
Airbnb. the fucking gliding door opens, and I jump out, and I'm running, and I'm in a cape, so I have my arms fully out.
Meanwhile, nobody's watching. Nobody's watching.
Except for Abe.
No. It was Matt or Ryan or someone saw it. Okay, continue. What happened? Tell us what happened.
I fall in my boots. And I fall face planting into the fucking.
I took a drink at the time.
I fall into the pavement.
It was like a long driveway, but it was like so. In Salem, like nothing is like super paved and perfect. Everything's like she's crying. So you run and you had to go like through the driveway and then up around into the house.
Yeah, but there was a dip in the driveway as if like a fucking belly button occurred in the plate tectonics. So anyways, I tripped on the belly button. I face plant and then I rebound within 3 seconds and I run off laughing. And Abe is behind me. He sees the whole thing.
He went in with you to help you open the door. That's why.
So because we're in an Airbnb and the stairs are so narrow, I'm bleeding from my hands, laughing at myself, being like, I need to get my camera for this photo op at midnight because the lighting's gonna be great. And so I'm like crying, I'm laughing, I'm looking for my lens. I maintain my composure by the time I get all my shit. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to go down there and everyone's going to see me. And they're going to be like, okay, like she's a dumbass because she can't walk.
Like they're going to ask, are you okay?
No one saw it. No one saw it.
No one saw it.
Someone saw it.
No, it was either Matt or Ryan. I don't remember.
They
and
thought
like,
it was like a fucking black hole.
He's like, oh, I thought like, I don't even know what he said. Like you were face planted on the floor. He
thought it was a black hole, essentially. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't see shit. And then you come back in and you have like, her hands are cut.
I have
you had like
the stigmata.
Stigmata on her hands. Your knees were bleeding because you scratched your knees. Your shoe was messed up.
If anyone knows me from now in my childhood, I'm not Crashly for no reason.
Well, and then the funny thing was like the rest of the trip, I think we did say this before because I remember saying this on camera. The rest of the trip, I kept telling you like every time we'd walk down a trail or we'd go on a hike,
don't trip,
I'd be
bitch.
like, hey, be careful. And as I'm telling her to be careful, I would eat shit.
But
like,
you know,
every time.
you know the one time that I didn't eat shit when the thunder?
Oh, we did. I feel like we're going to talk about it again because it's really funny.
No, I think we talked about it a million times in person, but
maybe not on the show. So one thing that we talked about this on natural disasters episode that you were afraid of thunder.
Yeah. So, and this is where I feel like a dumbass. Like, I guess the thrill of that trip was that you were so excited that I was there, but I felt like a dumbass with every move I made because we were at a graveyard. Yeah.
We went to Old Burial Hill Cemetery. The Hocus Pocus Cemetery.
It was a cloudy fucking day and there was some thunderstorms rolling about. And like the thing with thunderstorms is because I grew up on the East Coast, like you either hear a few cracks when it's done or you hear a few cracks and you're like, fucked. So like things will roll in, things will disintegrate, whatever. Regardless, I will piss my pants and I'll run. So we were like in the middle of the graveyard. We
had just recorded, remember?
Yeah, we just...
Oh, no. It was a separate day.
It was a different day.
Yeah.
We were hanging with the ducks or something.
Yeah, I was feeding ducks.
I was getting a nice photo op and then I heard it. And I, without notice, I was like, give me the keys. And she fucking ran.
Uphill, in heels. Like
within 2 minutes, I got to the car. It was a 5-minute walk.
It was a long walk.
Up the hill, down the side,
into the van.
Didn't even put the AC on.
It was really humid and hot.
Yeah.
And
didn't even give a fuck.
We turned around. So we go through the cemetery. And if you've been to that cemetery, it's like a hill. And then on the backside, there's like this whole little like pond lake area. So there's like cool little seats there. So we walked over. We had like some muffins. We were feeding the ducks. So it's quite a walk. Like it's not easy.
It's not easy
quick
to John.
No. So one crack of thunder. She runs, grabs the keys.
Keyword, one crack.
One crack. Maybe not even a full crack. It was like half a crack of thunder, grabs the keys, runs up the hill.
It was a plumber's crack, at least.
We all look the other way and you're fucking gone. She's gone.
I'm like a bolt of lightning. I'm the lightning that didn't occur,
it
essentially.
Was crazy. And then so you're in the car. You said she wouldn't come back out of the car.
No, and I was there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You guys were like feeding the ducks,
we were
having
feeding
a joyous
the ducks.
time.
It was great. I felt bad
and then
after.
You all got back. And I felt stupid.
And she's in the van. Okay, you've been in there for half an hour. It's like 100% humidity. She's in the van, opens the door, sweating. Like sweating. And I get in the car. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, it is so hot in here. Why didn't you turn it on? And you're like, I don't know.
Because I'm not a real person.
Oh my God, I've never seen like fear. Like you were fearful of your life.
So maybe that's why I didn't come back to Salem, because like I was just scared I'd look like dump shit again.
It rained a little bit. There was no thunder, but when we were in Orlando, it was really stormy and there was thunder and all of us heard thunder and we all looked at each other and were like, she would have no part of this. Like she would have ran and hid in the bathroom.
She would need her diaper. Yeah.
So,
triggered.
Oh my God. But it was like, I haven't seen like fear in you. That was the first time I actually like saw raw
I got white. Like I've been tan from living in LA, but that got rid of me real quick. That was gone.
Oh my God, you were so afraid. And then it was only one. Like that was
No, it was it. That's all it takes.
Just one but it didn't do it again and you never came out of the van.
No.
No.
I ran that far. That was my exercise.
So when we went back to Salem, I carved a pumpkin in Salem. We hung out with Matt and Ryan and we went and we carved pumpkins.
And I'm sad I wasn't there.
I know. Everybody missed you. It wasn't the same without you. Adventure next one, you're coming whether or not you want to. I'm stealing you. What else did we do? Okay, so we went from New York. Then we went to Sleepy Hollow Cemetery because I've never been to Sleepy Hollow, New York.
I've never been there.
And we did the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery had like a daytime tour. We were there during the day, so we did that, which was really cool and informative. Unfortunately, we weren't able to stay for like the spooky nighttime stuff. So we'll put that on the list of places to go back to. And then from there, we went to Orlando and did Horror Nights in Orlando, which was amazing.
Is it better than what we went through with the first one?
Yeah.
A few weeks
So
ago?
it's really cool because there it's bigger, so they have more space to do more things and like.
Do they do
spread it
more
out.
haunts or are they just bigger ones?
So there was actually, I think, the same amount of mazes. There was 10 mazes there, and I think ours had 10 as well. There's some of them that are different. So they had like Stranger Things we had here. They had Killer Clowns there. What else did we have? They had Us. They had Ghostbusters. Help me. What else do they have, Cameron? What else that we have here? I just said Us. Stranger Things, Us.
Universal Monsters?
They had Universal Monsters, but their Universal Monsters was all the Universal
What was
Monsters.
that Krampus shit?
They didn't have that. We had the holiday
so that was my
maze.
jam.
So the ones that they had that we didn't have, they had a Yeti one. They had oh my God, I'm like totally brain farting on all of them. They had a Spartan one. I don't remember what it was called.
Wait, did they just yell "We are Sparta" in your face?
No, but so the very beginning of this maze, there's Spartans. It's called Unhallowed Ground or something. So we walk into the maze, and it was me, Cameron, Abe, and then our friend Kimmy. And she's in front, and our friend Mike and Kirk were there too, but Kimmy and Abe are in the front. So when you're walking in, it's like dudes, like Spartans. Like they don't have shirts on. There's like blood on them, but they don't look necessarily scary. They just look like shirtless dudes.
Sounds ideal.
So one of the guys like goes, and I don't remember what he did, but he like says something really loud and like kicks something. And our friend Kimmy freaked, like she screamed and was so afraid and then just started laughing. And we didn't see anything happen. And all I'm seeing the whole time was like shirtless dudes. And I was like, I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
It didn't work for me. But they had, Killer Clowns was really cool. They didn't have Creep Show, which we had Creep Show, but they had like cool mazes. It's bigger. It's, their scare zones weren't as good as ours. We had way better scare zones, like our little like open area scare zones. I'm trying to think of what other mazes. Do you remember, Cameron, the ones that were Orlando ones? Well, he says all of them are better. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
So
you told me that, well, because like Orlando in terms of like Disneyland or Disney World too, like it's just like everything's a little bit more escalated there.
It's just bigger.
Yeah.
Like they have so much more space. Disney World is huge. We only went to Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, but it was like amazing. Yeah. It's always amazing. So next year you're coming.
I haven't gone in like, oh fuck.
We're going to do the Halloween party. We'll dress up.
I haven't
be
gone
bacon or
in
radish.
15 years.
Oh, next year for sure.
Yes. Because like my favorite hotel in the world is in Orlando.
What hotel?
The Wilderness Lodge.
Oh, the Wilderness. We stayed there once.
I freaking loved it because I decorated my own cookies and they said mine was the best. So I am forever
Wait, for
indebted.
Halloween?
No, for Christmas.
Oh.
But I don't know what the fuck's going to happen for Halloween, but I assume there's a cookie involved.
I'm sure you could decorate something.
I think if I say it enough, they'll make it happen.
Halloween decorating
Cookies,
at Wilderness
Me,
Lodge.
you, Wilderness Lodge, discount rate, frosting, etc.com.
Frosting, gumdrops, gingerbread men. I've never gone during Christmas, which I think would be cool. Because I've
only gone during Christmas in Orlando. Yeah, I've never gone for like casual bullshit. I've only gone for like holidays. But Christmas, it's hard to say because if you live in California, you can just drive to, like for me, when I was little, if we got to go at all, it was a big deal. So like we would like
fly. And
so we would go for an occasion. And so it would be like this whole event and that was like a big thing.
Yeah. So it was like your holiday trip.
Yeah, that was like bada bing bada boom.
So I love Christmas, but I think if I'm going to use a trip to go there, it would be for Halloween.
Yeah.
We'll bring our, cookies, we'll bring our own cookies.
Yeah, now I know my inner spooky
We'll stay at the Wilderness Lodge and we'll decorate Christmas cookies if you want.
And they play cute music and there's logs everywhere. Like,
it is really cute.
I love Lincoln
There's like the little
logs. Yes. There's bears.
Lincoln logs. There's the like the little stream that goes through the hotel.
Freaking love it.
And there's that restaurant we ate there last time where if you need the ketchup, you have to like yell it to the people and someone has to bring the ketchup. It's fun.
I adore.
So after Orlando, we went to Salem, hung out with our friends. But we did like most of the same things that we did in Salem when we were there. Because I mean, Salem's really awesome, but it's also very small. So we pretty much covered our bases, and it was really rainy when we were there. Both days was like pouring rain, so we couldn't really do.
Not good for the hair.
Not good for the hair. Oh. Haunted Overload. So we went, and that was one of the things that we were going to go do. Haunted Overload is in New Hampshire, right?
Yes.
You know where it's in New Hampshire. Yes. So when we were there for our trip together, we went out. The maze wasn't even done yet. They were still building on it, but we got like a private tour of it. The trip that you went to bring your camera, and then it was too dark, and we didn't even use your camera.
And then I fell for no reason.
Fell for no reason.
Got the stigmata for no fucking reason.
So we were planning to go back, but they got rained out. So
wait, like.
Well, because they were supposed to have, I'm almost, don't quote me, but I'm almost positive.
They only do weekends.
Right. And they only do 3 weekends. And the first weekend was pouring rain. So I don't think it happened. So we didn't get to do that, which save it for next year.
Yeah.
So we did like the witch house, and we walked around, hung out, we carved pumpkins. And then from there, we went to Connecticut. We drove, and we did 2 haunts there. We did Legends of Fear. And then we did Trails of Terror. So Legends of Fear was like kind of what you imagine a haunt out of a movie. Like there was the hayride. It's on a farm. It's a Christmas tree farm that they convert into like a spooky haunt and hayride during the Halloween season. It was so cool. It's huge. The actual haunt is a mile hike through the forest. And you go like one thing
I like to walk.
It was really fun. And they have space between the groups. So it's not like there's 1,000 people and everyone just goes together. They like give a gap so you can kind of have like your own mini experience. I almost fell a lot of times, but it was totally worth it. I got a lot of jump scares because it's dark and people are jumping out at you. But it was kind of like the perfect haunt that I imagined.
Yeah.
Like it's everything out of a movie. It was beautiful. So Trail of Terror was the one that we did after that. And they were about 25, maybe 30 minutes apart from each other, like drive-wise. And they were 2 completely different experiences. Trail of Terror was like a little bit more, how's the best way? It's like, was more of like a mishmash. Like there was a ton of stuff all crammed into a really tiny space. And it was a lot of like switchbacks.
Yeah.
So it seemed like you were in this giant area, but when you take a step back, like you were literally just going back and forth and weaving back and forth. And it probably took maybe about an hour and a half to get through it.
Oh shit.
It's like intense. There was a part where like each little section is like a different theme. And you go through the themes. There was a part where there was a slide, and there's a guy up at the top, and he's like, you can either walk this way, he's like, if you want to go down the slide, and there's 2 like black dark holes.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
And I thought he was joking. I was like, he's gonna say go down the slide, and then you try to go down the slide and he doesn't let you go down. And he's like, no, seriously, if you want to go. So I go, and then he has Cameron go down like the other one, and it's this tiny little slide. I got stuck. So
You're
like
little.
I'm really long though, so it wasn't very tall. It was like a spinny slide. So I was like stretched out. I turned and my feet like hit the wall, and then I got stuck. And then I'm trying to get out, and my natural instinct was to sit up. When you sit up in the slide, you hit your head. So I'm stuck. I hit my head, and then I like jostled myself loose and then flew out the bottom. It was amazing. There was so much. I honestly am like trying to in my mind remember all of the things, but it was incredible. There was a room. My favorite room was with all of these nuns. So you walk into this room, and tiny little room, everything's compact. There's all these nuns sitting at a table, and you're not sure who's real or who's fake. And then there's these like insets in the wall full of nuns. Again, you're not sure who's real and who's fake. And I literally was like screaming my head off the entire time. It was amazing.
See, what's weird is one of my favorite haunts was still in Washington. And it was like 3 years ago. I don't remember the fucking name, and I don't remember the town. I remember I went with my 2 friends, and they did it based kind of off of American Horror Story Freak Show. And so it was a lot of fucking clowns. And I have a thing for clowns. So I went
them
through,
or you don't like them?
I do like them. And so like I went through in the mindset of like, they're going to try and scare me, but I'm going to hit on them. And it was a bunch of guy clowns. So they'd like jump out, and I'd be like, oh, hey. And they would like really get confused and like it.
Yeah.
And so like the whole time I like got briefly scared, and then I was just like,
and you're like flirting with all the clowns.
Yeah. And it was really great. And then Like it was just a whole clown explosion because we got out of it. And then like I got out and then I saw Pennywise in the distance and I was like, marry me. And
You're I
got this really great photo of him essentially choking me. But like it was like that was like the best night because
it was like the adverse effect. You're supposed to be afraid.
It was just the right amount of scary, but I could fuck with them. And so it made my experience be like their experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I trip out a lot of the people too when I go through them because I laugh a lot and I'm smiling
I don't,
the entire time. I know you're hiding and you're screaming, but I'm happy the entire time. So I have the biggest smile on my face. And I think a lot of the time people look at me and they're like, and she's supposed to be afraid,
insane?
But I'm not afraid. But the one thing that does scare me is the jump scares, like loud noises when something jumps out at me.
Because like in Universal Horror Nights, there was a lot of spit and there was a lot of water. And so like that was something that was unexpected where I was like, not only are things gonna like jump out at me and flash at me, but like now there's
things
water
are spraying
involved.
in your face.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's not ideal. Like,
yeah. And those are like the jump scare things that just kind of catch you off guard.
What the fuck?
And a lot of the times you're not sure where it's coming from or what like if it's someone spitting, it's usually just like a squirt of water. The Killer Clowns one had it had like, what was it, like buttons or something?
Yeah.
And I touched and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna push the buttons, and I push the button and like water shoots in my face. I'm like, well, that's what you get.
That's what you get.
What else? So after we did those two haunts, and then after that we drove from Connecticut to our destination was to go to Philly. But on the way to Philly, we stopped in the Bronx because we saw the Joker. Have you seen the new Joker movie?
No.
We saw it, and we went
I want to see it.
It's really good. You'll love it. The steps from the movie were in the Bronx, and it was like 2 miles off of our route. So we stopped there, took some photos on the steps, which was pretty epic, and then continued on to Spring City, Pennsylvania, to Pennhurst Asylum.
Which I'm dying to go to.
We'll have to go back. The people there are so amazing, and the haunt is insane. So we went last year after a convention. They weren't open yet. They were still building the haunt. So we just went, we did a photo shoot and a video shoot there. And we got to basically have like, he was just like, have fun.
Free reign.
Like, go do what you want. You can't go.
Which is my dream.
There's certain buildings that are condemned because they're falling apart and it's not safe. But for the most part.
Do you feel like when you go there, you feel presences? Or do you just like, I'm getting epic photos and it like blocks out?
So when we were there, it was me, Cameron, Abe, and then our friend Josh who was shooting. And there was like, at the beginning, it was daylight. It was probably like midday when we got there. So it was sunny, got a little overcast, but it wasn't nighttime yet. So I felt like the energy wasn't kind of dark and spooky. We were shooting in one building where there was a part, and I don't know, for the haunt, it was the Mayflower building. So I don't know what the actual building is called. But we were on the back side of it. And there was a moment where I felt like just super uneasy. We'd been there all day and I was fine. And there was a moment where I was like, I don't feel okay. Yeah. But for the most part, that building that we were in, I was walking in and out of it most of the day and I didn't really feel anything. The more energy that I felt was outside of the building. Mm-hmm. But we weren't in, I know one of the ones that is super haunted, we weren't in. We didn't get access to that one. And that was one that they were building part of the haunt in. So like they're working, we couldn't go into it. So we went back. We're able to do the haunt, and they have basically 3 different haunts, and then they have a building where they have like historical stuff so you can learn about Pennhurst. Yeah. It was insane. Like you were in an insane asylum and the history and everything about those buildings, but it was so dark and so spooky. There were so many times that you couldn't see anything. Like it was literally so foggy. You couldn't see anything. I was holding on to like the walls. Literally, I had both hands on the walls to guide me through. And they did one thing that really, every time it happened, scared the shit out of me. So there's a room where there's beds and bunk beds. Mm-hmm. And you're so visually distracted because there's so many beds and so many actors in there that your eyes are just like, I don't even know what to look at. You're terrified. And they had actors underneath the beds on the floor.
God.
So as you're walking through, it starts getting foggy. You can't really see. There was one girl that was standing on top of the bunk beds with her legs spread. So you look up and at first you're not sure if they're real or not. And I was like, shit, that girl's real. We have to walk through her and she's going to like grab us or I don't know. Cause they're allowed to touch you there. Meanwhile, as you're walking through, things are grabbing your legs. And I wasn't expecting that.
I don't fuck with that. No.
The first time it happened, I screamed so loud and I ran. Like I just ran. I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. It scared the shit out of me. But they are super interactive with you. And I like that because I feel like a lot of the other things that we do, like horror nights, are not, or it's safe.
Well,
They're not allowed to.
Can't.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was kind of cool to do, even at Trail of Terror, like they interact with you, and basically the rules are they can touch you, you can't touch them. And you're signed. You don't necessarily.
That's not very nice.
We didn't sign a waiver, but you're basically like
they're getting paid.
Trail of Terror actually is not paid. They're all volunteers, and they have a nonprofit. So the money the ticket money goes to charity, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So Pennhurst, the spooky touching the legs. There was a lot of water things, and there was one room.
I don't like those. No.
Oh, it was so gross. So like people get really close to you, and there's a lot of spit flying, which I don't like.
Not
germs
a fan.
Very much.
We like to wash our hands. We like to not have.
But it makes that element of like fear better. Like when you're uncomfortable, there was moments where I would find like, okay, someone spit on me. Now I'm really uncomfortable and I'm really grossed out. So when someone scared me after that, I was even more like, like I had my antibacterial and I was like squirting it on my face and rubbing it on my face. And then there was one
going out in daily life.
Oh, it was so gross. He had like do you remember what it was? He had a balloon or something. It was like a balloon and it was wet. And he comes up to the side of my face and rubs it all on the side of my face. It's dripping. Like it feels sticky as it comes off. And then he comes up and he starts talking and like drools on me. I about lost my shit. I was like, oh my God, I need to get out of here. But it got my heart pounding, and it did exactly what a lot of haunts that we've done in the past haven't done for me. Like I was afraid of germs more than I was that he was crazy.
We're extremely not leaving this premises.
But it was that level of like discomfort, which I really appreciated. And sometimes you want to be afraid, and Pennhurst definitely did that for me. And then the last stop that we did, this is very abbreviated version of the trip, but we went to Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, an old prison. And unfortunately we weren't able to do their haunt. We just did like their daytime historical tour, but seeing like the cells and the prison itself was really cool. So if you're in Philly, definitely check it out.
Never been to Philly, but I want the cheesesteak.
So we also, there's a place called Reading Terminal, which is just a giant food market, and it's amazing. So we're going to have to go. All of these places, you're coming with me next year.
Speaking of food, while you speak of your endeavors, I have my own creepy treat, which could turn out bad because I didn't get all the ingredients, but
we improvised.
What would be a good treat as we have our Halloween explosion is to create something that is mushy yet edible, but
why
festive.
Mushy?
Well, because there's cake involved, and where's those vanilla wafers?
Oh, we need the Vienna fingers.
We need those Vienna fingers,
aka tombstones.
So I'm going to create something that is actually appetizing, and I will maybe ask you a series of Halloween questions while I am crafting. So this is both a learning experience / chef movement and moment.
Well, my contribution isn't quite as crafty.
You're going to make me as a pumpkin.
I'm going to draw you as a pumpkin because carving a pumpkin is too dangerous for me.
So this whole, let me just get my microphone up to my large head. I'm worried about
wait, hold on. I have something to contribute.
Oh.
I cheated. I just got scary cakes.
Which
pre-made.
I haven't tried.
But we're going to try them. I'll open them while you.
So I'm going to attempt to do this also where I can speak through my microphone.
What are you making?
Give me those fingers, son. So this is going to be a literal graveyard, folks and bitches and hoes and spooky ghosts and all of that. I bought a plethora of items at Ralph's because Ralph's is close to me. And that's all I could get.
Hashtag Ralph's.
Hashtag Ralph's life. And I would not name my child Ralph, but I would shop there. So we're going to recreate a delicious graveyard. And so step one would be to buy...
I'm living for this.
We would buy many plates because it comes in a many plate assortment. But you would
just
need
get one
plate. These glow in the dark if you... go like this.
It's like the most light ever.
Glow in the dark plates. We're not going to need that because that's our foundation. Step two is actually to buy chocolate cake.
This is like the best segment so far.
And I'm going to not only talk about this, but I'm going to ask you questions about your Halloween.
Okay.
So
you're making me so nervous.
Step one, this is the foundation to our life right now.
Okay.
And what you need to do is
I'm going to be your trash collector.
You need to use your proper
Don't cut yourself. It's very sharp.
Wow. Look at this makeup.
Do you have lipstick on your nose? You're good.
No, I'm good. Use your weapons for cake, and you need to cut. Don't cut. You need to cut
your fingers.
You need to cut your front yard.
Okay.
In the most level way possible. And while
so
I'm
you're
doing
using
this,
it to make like a.
I'm gonna level this up.
Okay.
Yeah. So while I'm doing this, I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Okay. You're gonna talk and cut and. Yeah. Watch your fingers.
Shut up, mother. Stop avoiding.
And this is where Ashley cut all of her fingers.
So
okay, go ahead.
It's 2019, and it's been a fucking weird year.
Yeah.
If there was a redemption moment on Halloween, what would you say would be the most redeeming thing that could happen? Spooky, non-spooky. If what is your ideal Halloween?
What would be the perfect thing to happen on Halloween?
Why is this year so fucked for everyone, and what would make it up on such a spooky occasion?
Well, 2019 has been a doozy for many people. I do believe that it's what you make of it. So we're going to throw all that negative out of the window, and we're going to take all the positive, like our fucking amazing journey. And we're going to do more of those next year. But if I could have the most ideal, I can't focus because I'm just looking at you cut with a giant cleaver and it's making me nervous.
I'm groundkeeping right now.
If I could have the perfect Halloween, I would say that it would be like a ghost experience on Halloween. Like seeing some.
Where? What would be your ideal location? If you could, you didn't have to be in LA. Anywhere you could be. Where would you?
Anywhere?
Yep.
Not in my house because I don't want a ghost in my house, and I can't even focus on anything right now. All I see is like the reflection of the cleaver over.
Cameron's
and over
laughing.
Again.
Cameron's writing something. I'm very nervous.
Ideal Halloween. So I think it would be a journey, like ghost hunting out in the middle of nowhere, like in some sort of cemetery. What I really, really want is I want to get some sort of evidence on camera. Because I feel like...
Not what I want, but okay.
Complete opposite of what you want. But I just want like that one video of something that can't be disproved. And that would make like the most perfect Halloween. It doesn't have to be like anything crazy. It could be like a figure.
Is there a dream location? Like anywhere in the world?
Transylvania. I've never been to Transylvania. I've always wanted to go to Transylvania.
Transylvania.
Like the song. What's the song?
We were just jamming. There's no. Well, that was Romania.
That was
whatever.
Speaking
of Romania, we just made Romania. This is where the dead bodies will be stored. This is also edible. Doesn't look like it.
It's the cake foundation.
This is our cake foundation. So, anyways, now we must. I don't know. We must put the Vienna fingers in. I'm
getting nervous and my lip is sweating. You know what happens when
now
I get
it's
nervous.
time for the gravestones, guys. So this is probably gonna fuck up the audio. But
do you need help?
No. Any good graveyard needs some graves. So
are they gonna stay in there?
Yeah, because I'm gonna show you how to do it.
Okay.
So you must take the Vienna fingers. Fucking split them in half, and it's your job to eat the creamy side.
Okay.
And I take this side, and I split it like so. And now we have 2 gravestones, and this one says fingers, and this one says Vienna.
That's Mr. Fingers and Mrs. Vienna.
And so we're gonna turn the plate like this.
They can't even see the plate.
And you know what? If you're listening on Spotify, you should watch this on YouTube right now.
They can see you on this camera. Can you see it past it? Oh, there you go. Oh, I can't eat all the cream.
So this is where we're at, guys.
This could be a mini one because look.
This is called art.
You want another one?
No, you touched it. I don't want it. And we're gonna do
really
a third one because nature likes things in 3s, as I was told by Google. We're gonna put it in there. So my next question is,
yes,
if you could be anything for Halloween, costume wise, what would be your dream costume?
Oh, I want to be. So I'm always a witch, but I'm always like a half-assed witch because I'm just tired and I don't really put a lot of effort into it. But if I could be like classic witch with like the witch nose and green and a wart and like crazy hair and a cool like raggedy dress, but it just. Requires too much effort, so I haven't done that. And side note, you've never had those before, so what do you think about them?
Sucks.
They're the do they have cream in them? It says
No, this one's bald though, so he doesn't get the cut.
it's called mellow cream. Is that what they've always called?
Tastes like mellow shit.
No, I know, but it's called mellow creme.
This is so mellow. It's like gluten free.
I can't bite this.
No, this is called it's called mellow cream. Shit.
What I said. It's very hard. I don't want to eat it.
Mellow cream for the folks at home who want to buy the pumpkins.
Oh, there's candy corns in that other bowl if you want to put candy corns in there.
What the fuck do those signify?
Oh, I'm supposed to draw your face on this.
Well, what was your costume? Because I zoned out.
I said I want to be a witch, but like a green with the nose and a wart.
Okay, we're not talking about witches. Second, like, that's too boring. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Like, if you could be some extravagant motherfucker. Like
a crazy costume? Maybe like a crazy werewolf, but like special effects makeup.
Ooh,
and then I want to be like all the Universal monsters. Is someone doing my hair and makeup?
Yeah. I was like, you're getting the whole treatment.
So I want to be creature, and I want like but I want to be like a woman creature, so you can tell like that I'm still a woman, but I want like all the gills and all the crazy special effects makeup. And I want webbed fingers and toes. I want the full thing.
Okay.
What about you?
I want to be bacon.
That's not extravagant at all.
I want to be a piece of bacon, but I want when people walk by me to smell the bacon.
Oh, so you have like bacon perfume?
I'm like a large scented item.
This is a very small surface to draw you on.
Well, just make do, because I'm trying to make an entire graveyard.
Okay, I'm going to use this one.
So, as you can see, our progress is, if you can't see because you're in Spotify, you should watch on YouTube too. Hello.
This one.
Hi, camera B or A. I don't know. We've laid down our surface cake. We have our gravestones. Vienna fingers are dead, as you can see. And we have pumpkins to show festivity despite death. And now we have a candy corn fence to keep out people like us, which doesn't work. Because we get it anyway.
We just go over the fence.
Our next item is to show that the dead don't really die via peeps. And peeps are in the shape of ghosts this season because peeps need to make money year round. And they can't just be ducks. They have to be these. So,
Cameron, we're all laughing very... Can I ask you a question? Did you think this out before?
No,
or are you just going
that whiskey?
Okay.
So
because I'm impressed.
We dig his bosom, his bum, not his bosom. Ghosts don't have bosoms because they're see through. Do they? If they're female, bosoms are tits.
Are boobies.
Boobies. Ghost. Well,
ghost tits.
We're not gonna dig tits in the ground, so we're gonna dig his butt, and we just kind of. We soften the cake to accommodate the butt. And so he's spooking right now. And I don't dare do 2, but I want to be risky right now. So we're going to do 2.
Your mouth is very low.
And this is me and this is you. And you're like, oh shit, what she's going to say next.
Ooh.
So I have
aren't they all the same?
No.
Oh.
This one's got more hair.
Do you want the Sharpie? You can draw on them.
Yeah, give me that shit. This is Leanna. She has fangs.
We don't recommend
eating Sharpie,
but we're limited on supplies.
You have good eyebrows, so you look.
I don't know how to draw a nose.
Sad. You have a belly button now too, because I'm sure you have one. I've never seen it, but you have it. So you're at the right of me when we die. How lucky of you. And so now, if this would just cooperate, we have 2 dead bodies. This is us getting spooky post-death.
Oh.
Come to our funeral. Hello. You can see that Leanna has fangs and I have normal teeth because I am poor. But one day... Oh, shit.
My snort was really loud.
One day I'll have teeth, too. Oh, we're both falling.
I'm snorting and sweating a lot right now.
This is the part architecturally where we realize that the ghosts are falling, so we need to reinforce with candy corn in their asses.
I have
No. We're going to be spooky the whole time.
Okay, toothpicks are out the window.
Candy corn props.
I'm trying.
Wow, what the fuck is this?
Oh, that's the Halloween trail mix from Target.
We don't like that.
It's very delicious.
Okay, so now that we're reinforced via the rectum, we will actually add some accessories, which include gummy bats, and they are quite disgusting. I put one in my mouth earlier.
They're very good. They're sour.
Impressed, but we need friends when we die, and I think this is the best way.
The bats would be our friends.
Friends.
Your face is not coming out very good, but we'll give the reveal.
Considering I had lipstick on my nose when we started the podcast, we're not.
You gotta get the eyeliner right. So, it's important.
This is also a great gift for if you're the type of person that gives fruit cakes at Christmas. If you want to give a nice cake to the people you hate for Halloween, this is a great segue to saying that you not only hate someone, but you want them dead. So
of sugar coma?
Yeah. So now what we're doing is we're taking these chocolate chips, which I had in my cabinet since 2018. So they're probably not edible, but we're going to sprinkle them because like dead bodies, we also like expired chocolate. So we're going to sprinkle this.
So when I was pouring them out of the bag, they were just all in one clump.
And I fed these to people at work today. So we're all going to die. It's okay. What is your favorite Halloween candy? That's the bigger question.
I like chocolate.
Bullshit.
What's wrong with chocolate?
We need something crazy.
So I actually really didn't really like candy corn for a very long time. I was like, oh, candy corn's gross. Candy corn's gross. And then Cameron got candy corn. Where'd you get it from? It was like some
Costco?
No. It was like not the packaged one that you buy at the store. It was like from a candy store, like a candy shop where they make it there. And
the ghost town, Arizona.
Jerome, right? Jerome, Arizona. We went into this like tiny, it's a ghost town in Arizona. We went to this tiny little candy shop and they had candy corn and he got like a proper bag of candy corn and I ate it and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. So now I really enjoy candy corn. I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
Fucking hate candy corn.
Have you tried it?
No.
It's really good in that trail mix. You should try one. Tell me what you think.
Use them all for my fence.
There's more. But I do like, I love like, no. Everything I've been making her eat has been that face of like, no, I don't like it.
What's your least favorite Halloween candy?
This.
Lightning round.
These, which is weird because I like the candy corn, but I don't like these things. The pumpkins. They're nasty. It's like, it's not, he says they're the same, but it's like a dense of a candy corn and the flavor's different and the texture's different. I don't like them. It's not a candy corn. It's not. I don't like it. Not a fan.
So now that we've laid our ground, we have put the fertilizer. I have a cookie in my mouth. Sorry, guys. Not sorry. We now have, let me see from this angle. Yeah, we now have a whole scene. This could be a play of sorts, like a Romeo and Juliet, except we just both die and we suck. But it's highly appetizing. It is FDA approved. You get your sweet and sour, no meat, so everyone in the vegan community is super excited.
Just and FYI, it's not vegan.
No, I don't know.
Cake definitely has milk in it.
This cake, I'm not even sure if it's still good, but I bought it.
It's been in your purse all day.
Been in my purse all day. But here's us. We're living our best life, dead or alive, which is inspirational to those who think that they're on the verge of death in this nice society where you could be this cake and we're here living our best life. And not only is this beautiful, but it is also edible. And yeah, it is not something Guy Fieri would put in his mouth, but if he shut his eyes, I think I could convince him for the season.
The dark, the plate would be glowing.
So yeah, hire me to make your wedding cakes. I'm very expensive, but I'm a good time.
I feel like I've just lost you.
This could be you and your hubby or whatever, dead but alive, living your best life. There's actually no more ingredients I can use, so this is done, I guess.
Is it done? Do I get to eat it now?
Yeah, so where's your fork?
Wait, I don't have a fork, but I'm not done with your pumpkin.
Oh my God. Well,
I just done messed it up, though.
For the folks at home, for further recipes I don't have this listed because I just made this all up because I went to Ralph's and I just bought a bunch of shit.
And we're not gonna. I'm so. Why is it so hot in here?
Because I'm making a scene. But yeah.
Do I have to eat it? Can I get a fork?
Yeah, you gotta eat it.
Hold on. Can you get it? Can I get it? Okay, hold on. I gotta take it.
Oh no, that's disgusting.
Really? That's what's disgusting out of this whole thing?
So here's how I would suggest you eat it.
Yeah.
You would take a tombstone and you would
use it as a scooper?
Use it as a scooper. So take that big dead guy in the front.
Okay.
Essentially.
This is like diabetes cake right here.
Diabetes!
Okay. Scoop the cake.
Scoop the cake. Scoop it for the homies at home.
Do I get like... Should I put like a bat and
maybe if you can.
Thing that I don't like on there?
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I'll take one for the team. And I'll put that on there.
This is fine dining.
Oh, very dry.
Very good. No, I'll eat the bat that I hate for good measure.
You guys really do. It's a lot of cake, and it's very dry.
I don't know where I put the cake pan, but I
have
have
a
feeling it's expired.
I mean, I've had the fish thing you made me eat last time was way worse than this. The pumpkin, to be completely honest, was a nice touch.
It's cute though, and that's all that matters.
Ooh. The pumpkin or the bats are very sour. I don't hate it. It's just a lot of sugar.
Let me see what you did to me.
Okay. Why are you laughing at me?
Because I just lost a piece of...
Oh, I thought you saw my beautiful masterpiece.
I did, but
I
saw it as and then a gummy flew out of my mouth.
Okay, is everybody ready? Oh, wait, should I show you first?
Show me first.
I mean, I would say I nailed it. It's very hard because the surface is very, like, hilly.
Me, if I don't do my night routine for skin.
I feel like the only thing I tried to get right is the eyeliner, and I didn't. I feel like that I kind of maybe did it a little bit.
I always have one eye different, so that's okay.
And the mouth is very low, like your mouth is in your neck.
My mouth is low.
So I did the best I could, but then I also made you some Let's Get Spooky Ghost on the back and then said Happy Halloween 2019. So you can save this forever.
Well, we'll see how long it lasts.
Don't put it on the porch because it's going to rot. But I think you should do me.
Oh, good Lord. Let's find your shape. I could do this one.
And then I'm going to open the other because I went to the store with intention of buying things to make, but then I felt like you had it under control. And I was like, I'm not going to step on your toes here. So I'll just get some cakes that are already made.
Oh, balls.
So I got a Hostess scary cake. It's basically a Hostess cupcake, but it's just orange on top.
Oh.
It tastes delicious. What are you doing to me?
Destroying your face, essentially.
You can use this one.
No.
This is the thicker marker. No? Okay.
You're a thin boy, not a thick boy like me.
I think I did a great job on my pumpkin. What you doing over there?
I am just making you. I don't know what your nose looks like, to be honest. And you have a nose.
I'm a live model for you right now. You can look at me.
Oh shit! You look like Squidward.
Rude. It's very. I should have done it like on the big mug. Oh no.
Give me the big one.
The Sharpie?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Just use the other side.
Oh.
Here.
Okay.
If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, I highly suggest that after you're done listening, you watch as well because it's hours of entertainment watching us fumble.
Shit. Have you ever had like a Halloween like?
Oh, what
like
is
a
that?
Worse? No, shut up. That's your mustache. That's your sweaty lip. Have you ever had like a worst Halloween moment where like it was super embarrassing and you went in being like, this is going to be great. And then it turned out to be like the worst?
I think anytime I tried to do like a look for Halloween, like anytime, oh, that doesn't sound good over there. Every time I try to do like a makeup look where I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do like this crazy, stop laughing. Make me nervous. I always have a lot of faith in myself thinking I can do it and it's going to be beautiful. And then I end up looking like a crazy person and then I just give up and wipe it all off. So I've never actually had like a horror story where I look crazy and go out in public. But what is that?
You. Wait.
I look like I don't know. Like I look like one of those like little play school toys.
I was trying to make you an anime character. Wait, I just fucked up your.
I look like a pirate.
Oh shit. Well,
I think I win the pumpkin drawing contest. I only have hair on one side.
Let me see. Saying hi.
Hello.
You don't even have a stem.
No, I don't have a stem. I have a weird bulbous nose and a sweaty lip.
Some hair. Just some hair.
Let's see. We have to put them together.
This does look like you. Don't deny it.
Oh, that is like a spitting. What is under my eye? I like got punched in the eye. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Okay, so have you decided what you're going to do on Halloween?
No. It's on a Thursday. I know I have to work. And then I feel like I'm just going to eat things and fall asleep.
Eat candy and fall asleep?
Yeah, because I feel like I might do things the weekend before.
Or the weekend after. That's one cool thing. As I stuff cupcake in my mouth. This Halloween falls on a Thursday, so a lot of things are still happening that following weekend. Like November, is it 2nd and 3rd?
It's Dia de los Muertos or whatever.
Yeah, but a lot of like the haunts, I think like Knott's and Universal are still doing their haunt the weekend after Halloween, so you still get like I like when it falls in the middle because you get that bonus extra week. So this will probably be our last time we talk to you guys before Halloween. We'll have to do possibly at the beginning of our next episode a Halloween recap to talk about what we did on Halloween. So until then, thanks for joining us for this episode of Let's Get Spooky. I'm Lana Vamp.
And I'm Ashley.
And you can watch all of our videos of our episodes at letsgetspooky.com. You can also download us on iTunes and listen on Spotify. So until next time, Fiends, stay spooky.